welcome to Embedded Reservation Space plugin presentation. This presentation has 4 sections. First section is introduction, and second section is why we use Embedded Reservation Space plugin. The third section is how to use it, and the fourth section is how to install Embedded Reservation Space plugin. So why for first it's all about introduction. Embedded Reservation Space plugin is a tool where embedded programmers in team share the embedded resources that they use on the development environment. Okay, and second thing is ERC is a plugin which is subdivided in 2 plugins. One is server plugin and this is client plugin. And then these 2 plugins are easily integrated into the Eclipse development environment, and we will see how it can be done in future slides. And this plugin has 4 tabs in it, and then we will come to know in the future slides how to use those the tabs and what is their importance, and then how to use it in the future slides. Okay, why we need to use embedded reservation splits during embedded program development? Every program make use of embedded resources such as memory, interrupts, and semaphore modules, and we already know that. But the programmers didn't make note of resources that they use while developing his own project. But the main issue comes when integrating individual projects of the team members, because when integrating the individual projects, the resources that are used in individual projects will overlap or clash with the resources that are used in another project. So this my tool, like embedded reservations tool, will help you identify the resources that are clashing, and then rectify, and you can easily debug the issue as soon as possible when you identify this problem. And second thing is the third section is how to use my plugin. Before starting the project, the team member and his team decides which program will use what kind of resources, and correspondingly that manager or team manager will enter the same in Eclipse server plugin. And how to enter it I will show it in the future slides. Here, when the team manager installs server plugin, and then the team members will install the Eclipse client plugin, and we will see how to enter the resources that are allocated to the one project into the Eclipse plugin in the future slides. Example, if embedded chip is having multiple hardware semaphores, and semaphore number 3, for example, semaphore number 3 is used for mutual exclusion of some memory resources, say it's 0x20 to 0x03f, and it is shared between the 2 cores, core 2 and core 1, and it is used in project XYZ. Okay, so how you enter into my Eclipse Masters plugin, and it's shown in this previous slide. As you can see, semaphore is shared between core 1 and core 2, and it is used for memory, shared memory 0x200 002020 003f for XYZ project. Okay. For interrupt controller, the core has multiple inputs multiplexed together to few interrupt lines. When an event like Ethernet MAC has an event to rise, so that event is mapped to CPU interrupt 4, then it can be entered in Eclipse Embedded Reservation Space plugin as shown below. As you can see, CPU int 4 is entered as Ethernet MAC 112. Correspondingly, in memory tab, if I have memory range that is 202 2f, it's been shared between 2 core 1, 2, 3 and 4 respectively, then you can enter this way. And then you have, at the end of entering all the data, one has to save by clicking the edit and save. Okay, after saving the entire data, the manager should start the Eclipse server giving the port number. Port number can be as high as 50,000, just give it. After clicking Eclipse server, as you can see here, the Eclipse server job in the corner of the Eclipse right side bottom corner of Eclipse. You can see server job is running in our Eclipse domain. Okay, after this you can successfully close it. Even after closing it also, your Eclipse is now become an Eclipse server for embedded reservation space. So you can minimize it. After you have entered the data, the team manager in ERS, then the team members in will generally install Eclipse client plugin, which will talk to server plugin and then extract the data from it. And I will show it to you in next slide. The client plugin will be started from the from the Eclipse client in the menu page. Clicking on embedded reservation space client, you have to enter the IP on which the server is running, 192.168.43.14, then 50,000. After entering the IP address and the port numbers, you have to click just Eclipse start Eclipse client. After clicking the start Eclipse client, the client will communicate with server and retrieve the data that is entered in the client server. Sorry. So you can see the semaphore 3 core 1 as we discussed earlier. We'll have the same text here also. The same Ethernet MAC will be here. Whatever the data that is entered in the server, you will have it in own client. With this way, the team members in embedded project will come to know the resources that are being used or shared between different members or used by different members. So in this way it helps out. You can, because this is always integrated in Eclipse, you can always click here and then open it all the time, anytime as you like. And in the next slide we'll see how to install this Eclipse plugin into your machine. For installing the embedded resources plugin, just click on the link. It will open up. Download the zip file. Okay. After downloading the zip file, you have to unzip the file and then you have to install Eclipse. Go to help page, install new software, then install. You can either install the client or server. So for the time being I'm installing the client. Next. After just click on client. Next, accept the license agreement and then finish. After installing, it will ask you to reboot the Eclipse client, the Eclipse, so you have to restart it once again. After this you will get a security warning. Just click OK with it and then it will install. Restart the Eclipse. After this, you can see Eclipse client be launched as it is. Okay, last final slide. Do not use commas when you're writing on the text widget. Like the text widget here, do not use any commas over here or here. Okay, this will or do not turn off the after starting the Eclipse server. Do not turn off the Eclipse, and all the computers that are using the team should be in the same subnet. Okay, thanks for your patience. Thanks for the presentation.